on, you cow!
So, a couple things have happened this week in K-pop. So we're gonna talk.
One of them is sad as fuck for me.
One of them what?
One of them is sad as fuck for me.
Which one? Oh. Okay. Go ahead and tell the people if they don't know already.
I'm sure they do know already.
I don't know. Not everybody's a Cosmic Girl fan. I mean, I only found out because I follow all of them and all their different sites and everything on Instagram, as well as like a bunch of fan sites and stuff. So, like all the news sites and stuff. I don't know how big of a news it is because they're not a mainline. I mean, they're a mainline group, but like it's not Blackpink, Red Velvet, or Twice. So the bulk of the newbie K-pop fans are gonna go, "Who's WJSN?"
Well, the sad news is that Daewon,
Your second bias.
my number two.
Mm-hmm.
She's my king slayer. She's the hand of the king.
The Queen's Guard.
She's the
Queen's Guard.
The Queen's Guard. What, they diagnosed her with anxiety, right? Was it severe anxiety or something like that? Or?
I don't know. It seems to be happening a lot. This is like the third idol this year
man,
that we know about. Because it also happened to Mina from Twice. She stopped. Same exact thing. She took hiatus from the group.
You know what they need to do to solve this problem? Let her hit the blunt.
It's completely illegal in Korea, but go on.
Give her some bacon.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you she'd be ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
What if, yeah.
You can't argue with it.
Blunts and bacon.
That double B, baby. We do not advocate the use of illegal substances on this channel. Although I will say it's so many states are making it legal now.
It's legal in 2020 in Illinois.
Yeah.
January 1st, 2020, it's legal. I've legit never smoked any weed in my entire life. I've never done any drugs. I'm a lame, straight edge, lame ass. But honestly, I kind of want to in January when it's legal. Just like, let's see what's up.
You better hope to God that nobody at your job watches and be like, 2020, give his ass the test.
That's fine. I probably won't do it. My wife would get really mad, but I'm curious. I'm curious. You know what I mean? Just kind of curious, but
yeah, I'm kind of fucked because I live over the border. It's not legal there.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
No. They do not. No.
Interesting. I thought it was already there.
No.
Okay.
If it was, man, just for pain, I would totally do it.
Yeah, I think you can take CBD oil, right?
It's not the same. Look, so
is it legal up there? It's like now it's like the gas stations here.
So CBD doesn't contain the THC,
right?
So it's legal everywhere,
right?
The only thing that makes pot illegal is the THC.
Okay.
CBD has its place and it does work for certain things, but it's become so saturated that it's really hard to find that quality CBD that's actually going to genuinely help you. And I only say this because of the field that I'm in. I recommend a lot of people for their joint pain, MS, scoliosis, all that stuff. I recommend CBD for a lot of this stuff because it does help, especially with the inflammation and the pain that they're in. However, there are just certain instances you can't beat just straight up pot. And it does depend on the type of strain you have. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
The fact that you said that shit with a straight face.
It's true though.
I know.
Like,
it does have benefits for sure.
One of my friends actually works at a dispensary out in Colorado, and he sounds like a fucking doctor when he talks about this shit. Like, no joke, if you told him, hey man, I'm feeling pain. Oh, okay, what kind of pain are you having? Okay, have you ever smoked before? No, okay. And he literally like draws conclusions based off the questions and answers that you give him, and then he'll recommend a specific type of strain for you to help you. Like, are you trying to get through your day, or do you really just need something at the end to help you chill, get rid of the pain, and sleep?
Right. It's like, Doc, give me that good kush.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Doc.
You got that brown bomber? Because it makes you shit your pants. I got this weed. It'll turn you into a deer. I can hear my antlers growing from Grandma's boy.
I was going to say, I got a fucking lion.
Why'd you get a lion? Dude, you can fuck with a dog. Nobody fucks with a lion. I love that movie. But anxiety, though.
I love how I just went on. But straight up, though, marijuana and CBD both have proven studies to help with that shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I mean the boomers kind of ruined that for everybody in the whole satanic panic era and the war on drugs and all that crap.
Yeah,
I don't want to go into that and my beliefs on that, but
it's starting to come around. Like the psychedelic,
it's not coming around because it's like, oh, we see how good benefits.
No, they came around because they found a way to make money off of it.
It's all about the money.
There's a reason why Colorado is completely out of debt.
Yeah,
and why everybody has migrated over there, and now it's one of the most expensive states to live in.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. But yeah, I mean, it's still weed itself is still a humongous taboo in South Korea. I mean, you see what happened to Top and the multitude of other artists that got even the mention of it, like just the we heard that Won Ho was smoking weed with that one chick who keeps ruining everybody's careers. I can't remember her name. Hansui or whatever her name is.
Gas. Did you just quote the song?
That's her name.
Hansui.
Dude, that is her name. And every time, so the chick that supposedly leaked the whole Seungri thing, and she leaked the whole thing with Won Ho and got him kicked out of Monster X because of all this stuff that was completely unsubstantiated. She just said it happened. Her name is Han Soo-hee. And every time I hear it, I hear Top's voice go, Hansui.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like even the mention of it got Won Ho. I mean, there was no proof. So somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I came into the room and it smelled like he had been smoking pot." My first question is, "Oh really?
How do you know what pot smells?"
Tell me, describe this as a sensation to me that you experienced in your olfactory senses, my friend.
Did it smell skunky?
Yeah. Was it that dank?
Was it that good? Because I'm going to tell you, the good
was
don't
Won
smell.
Ho growing
It doesn't
antlers?
smell skunky.
You get that contact high, flat, lame ass commercials.
You know that's actually a myth. A myth.
Of course, it's a myth. I mean, you can get it in your system. Like when I was applying for the Air Force, when I got into the Air Force, I just didn't finish applying because I found my wife. But I went to a party with Ian, I think, one time, and we showed up, and it was before.
Was I there?
It was like in the beginning of it. I don't know. It was. Who the hell's house was it?
It wasn't a Halloween party, was it?
No, it wasn't a Halloween party.
Because I was there with you.
Yeah, no, that was dumb. No, it was somebody else. I don't know. We showed up. There was people smoking weed, and I was like, I gotta go because I have to go to MEPS. And if you test positive, I think one time for any drug, for the Air Force, you can't retest either ever again or for an entire year, and you only get one fail because they're super strict about it. So
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I didn't go. I ended up not going, but I was supposed to go, and what did I do? I picked my base that you get to pick 5 bases. You get to select your top 5 destinations of choice after you get through boot, and you get your job and everything. And I took the test, and I think I scored like an 89 on the test. And I was gonna go either to my top 2 choices were Hawaii, obviously, Japan, and South Korea. And I didn't know at the time K-pop, so I picked South Korea because I wanted to be like in like an Asian country for the most part, or in a tropical country. And my only other 2 choices were Atlanta or Mongolia.
Yeah, fuck that.
Or no, Kazakhstan.
Fuck that even harder.
Basically, the guy was like, I was stationed there for 2 years. It's just mountains and cold where the base is. So I was like, no, I'm good. Because it was like out in the middle, like the Urals or some shit. But
I could see you going to Hawaii. You like the heat.
Yeah, I was more interested in going to like Japan though, just somewhere like crazy like that. I wanted to be somewhere just totally different from what I've ever been used to.
You just wanted to Last Samurai that shit.
No,
and spend the rest of your life looking for the perfect blossom.
The perfect blossom is a rare thing. A man could spend his whole life looking for one,
and it would not be a wasted life.
Perfect. They are all perfect.
It was a good death.
I love that movie, man. That's a great movie. I still haven't come across any really good Korean movies. Like, I've never watched Train to Busan. Everybody talks that it's good, but I'm kind of done with the whole zombie thing. Like, I can still do it once in a while, but I'm kind of over that shit. But
you should finish that story and tell them what stopped you from going into the Air Force.
What stopped me?
Yeah.
Dana, my wife.
Yeah.
After asking her out a countless number of times in multiple different ways, and standing on my car and singing and doing everything you've ever seen from movies, and just totally laming myself out because love demanded it.
It's fucking adorable.
It is. Yep. Shot down 23 times.
You sap.
That's why they call me Mr. 23 worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide. That's what they call you.
No, we actually found out later. I don't know if I told you this story. We found out later
That you actually. I think I know what you're talking about.
ended
the
up
roller rink.
Yeah, like a decade earlier. I had asked her to skate with me at the roller rink, and she rejected me then. I didn't realize it was her.
So you missed the 24 worldwide.
24, baby. That's how we do. One better than Jordan, damn it. I'm the Kobe Bryant of this era.
I don't think he's ever been denied anything.
The white mamba. Fuck Scalabrini. Nobody in this watching this probably gets that reference, but the
Caught yourself. The
white
mom. Motherfucker.
34. That's what they call me in the hood. You know what I'm saying? That 34.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So she wouldn't go out with me, and then all of a sudden, I'm not even joking, dude. The night before I go down to MEPS, I already got my job assigned. I already got everything done. I lost 85 pounds.
I remember
And they lied on my
about your height.
Lied on my height because I'm 6'8", and you can't be over 6'7" to join the Air Force for some stupid reason. I wasn't even gonna fly anything because I'm too tall to fly anything. And she calls me up randomly. Like, I literally just left the fucking place talking to Sergeant Nitz. I leave, and she calls me. She's like, "We need to talk," and I'm just like, son of a bitch, are you serious right now? I just did all this work. All right. That night, she decided that she was all, like, she told me everything, and she had change of heart and blah blah blah, and now we're married and have 3 kids. Woke up last night with a quote unquote, not nightmare but kind of, thought she was pregnant again. She in the dream, for some reason, she was building workout equipment. I don't know why. And all of a sudden she's like, "Can you help me with this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she goes and holds up a pregnancy stick, and then like my eyes shoot to it like a camera. And I woke up like, and at 5:20 a.m. texted her, "Are you pregnant?" Because I fell asleep on the couch. I wasn't even in the room.
You know what's fucked up is like sometimes you have dreams like that, and it's a foreshadowing.
Yep. I thought it was like a prophetic thing.
It's really weird because I've had weird dreams like that. And usually it doesn't happen until like later, and it's like I almost forget about the dream, but then that shit happens, and then it's like a deja vu experience, and then I'm like, I dreamt about this.
Yeah.
Fuck. So
yeah,
I think baby number 4, maybe not right now. It's gonna happen.
I don't want no more kids, man. Let's
changing
subjects.
It's gonna happen.
I love my kids.
Although I will say,
I don't want any more. Too expensive.
I don't know how I am going to top the birth of Caitlin.
I don't know.
She got wildflowered.
She did.
I don't know how to top that for number 4.
She got wildflowered.
Like, you have to stop at her.
I'm fine with that.
Because I don't know how to top
You
it.
hear that, baby? No more kids.
I don't know how to top Caitlin.
But
I mean, I guess you know what? I do know how to top it, and it would be special for you.
You gonna play Hopefully Sky from Unji?
I would.
Yeah.
I would play Hopefully Skies from Unji for you.
I'm okay with that. I love that song. It's one of my all-time favorite songs, man.
But I'd make it happen while the birth was happening. Don't ask me how, but I'd make it happen.
I'm okay with this.
Yep. Yeah. And then as soon as the afterbirth happens, Cosmic Girls.
Podcast.
Cosmic Girls.
We film the podcast while they're pushing out the placenta. This is the K-pop Afterbirth.
Hear that shit just hit the floor.
And I use that sound effect going forward in all podcasts.
Excuse me, Doc. We need another soundbite. Can you smack my kid for a minute? I need that bitch to cry.
Speaking of kids crying.
How does this segue? All right, first of all, I would like to say, we talked about anxiety and Dawon. I feel sorry for her. I hope she gets well, gets that shit taken care of. All right, so what do you want to talk about right now?
We talk about, speaking of crying, babies.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
The H3H3 podcast.
I knew that's where you were going. As soon as you said that shit.
I have to go there. So
why though?
You watched it though, right? I sent you the thing. You watched the video. Everybody's watched the video as a K-pop fan at this point. Tell me what listen, y'all. This is gonna be a real honest opinion. We're not.
Okay. So
we some grown ass men. We ain't trying to be all like, oh my gosh. What was your initial?
My initial thought and response. when you sent me that, I literally was just like, I don't give a fuck.
Was that during watching it or before you even opened it? Because I know you probably even opened it. I don't fucking.
Before I even know. Because you sent it to me. And you're like, hey, bro, did you hear about this H3H3 thing?
Well, I figured we talk about it today, so I figured I'd inform you of it.
Yeah, and so you were telling me about it, and what was my immediate response? Who?
Yeah.
I said fucking who?
You don't even know who that is.
I didn't even know who the fuck it was.
For the viewers that haven't seen it, H3H3 is a podcast held by Ethan and something Klein.
And this is why I don't give a fuck. This right here. Because all this does is do what he wanted it to do. He's getting his name thrown out everywhere on the internet.
Yeah, I don't really like the podcast, and it made me
and this is the point. I didn't know who he was. Now I fucking do. And I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I really don't give a fuck.
Well, in all honesty, they have a couple good podcasts that they've done. Because when they have good guests that you care about.
I don't even care about his podcasts.
But he's got a lot. I'm just not a big fan of them. I don't even really vibe with them as hosts.
I don't care what he said.
Oh.
Like, who gives a fuck? He said something. Oh no!
I'm the same
How many
way.
times have we made fun of each other about something? What do? We laugh. We move on. Like seriously. Like
so, the argument. So play devil's advocate. I'll play devil's advocate.
Play devil's advocate.
The argument is he said something like these little kids are jerking off to twink gay fetish things or something, right?
Yeah.
So he
said it with a purpose.
To piss people off.
And he knows he said it with a purpose. He even said, oh, yeah, I'm going to catch a lot of hate. Hey, you know what? I'll throw the gay thing in there, too.
Yeah.
He did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And I saw some other bullshit about it to where if you look at the responses that he's doing on Twitter.
Oh, is he shit talking on Twitter? I haven't followed it anymore.
He is trolling the people who are going on there.
Of course he is.
And that's what he wants. Because
Well,
because look what happens. You find out about it. You tell your best friend. Your best friend goes and looks, and if they're not me and they start getting up on their fucking high horse and whatever, you're just playing into what he wants you to do.
Well, it's not like it's the first time they've experienced controversy. And honestly,
and
to remain
I don't think he
relevant on an
cares.
oversaturated platform, and then now oversaturated, everybody and their brother has their own podcast, case in point.
And that's why I'm saying they're doing exactly what he wants. Yeah. Unfortunately, we are doing what he wants.
Yeah.
Like,
because here's the reality of it.
I fucking laughed, honestly.
There's a whole segment of fans and people that are offended by what he said. There's
a whole bunch of people who are offended by everything.
I know, but they're saying he's homophobic.
You could talk about a pussy queefing, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, why would you say that?"
Yeah, they're saying
like, I'm going to catch hate about that now.
Probably, but they're saying that he's homophobic, he's xenophobic, the usual phobics that come out if anybody says anything they don't like, which is to me
so stupid and ignorant.
I get why they're saying it, but at the same time, I don't care anymore when they say these things because they're such overused words that they've lost all power and meaning to me anymore. Like how many times I can't when you left for the channel for a while and I would make videos, I would get called a racist all the time.
Fat white boy.
It's like a fat racist, whatever.
White
it's like,
devil.
Dude, these words don't have meaning anymore. I don't care. Like, when it used to be like, oh shit, like I don't want to be a racist. They used to have impact when they first started with this whole nonsense. Anytime they do that, they call them homophobic. Immediately apologize on Twitter. People would be all like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be those things. Now, it's just like it has no power anymore. The words have lost all real weight.
I think people are starting to get to the point with that stuff to where they're doing it intentionally. Because
who's doing what intentionally?
Like saying, like, okay, so
they're part of that. They're part of that culture now.
Well, no, they're purposefully like the people who are being accused of being a racist and whatever. And it's kind of what he's doing. He doesn't give a fuck.
No,
like
they have their fan base. Their fan base isn't gonna.
Well, not only
hate
that,
them
but like,
this.
so to those people, they know they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're saying, it's just a fucking word. Like,
my stance on this, just to be clear, I think our stance on this would be common sense. It would be, should he have said it?
No.
And was it mean? No. Shouldn't have said it. And was it mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
obviously.
The point is, he said it to be mean, to piss off the people that he knew would freak out and drive lots of traffic to his channel.
And that's what's happening.
And that's exactly what happened. And
words
honestly,
words only hold power if you give them power.
Who cares? I don't care.
That's what it is.
You can, if it was a channel that, if it was a podcast, and there are podcasts that do this that are like, yeah, who cares, man? They're just a bunch of straight white males, their opinion doesn't matter. Like, I don't care, and you can say whatever you want. And unfortunately, the way YouTube is going now, you can't say anything anymore. The way the country's going now, like, honestly, say whatever the fuck you want. I have a very libertarian mindset about it. Like, I don't have to listen to your content. So if it's offensive to me, whatever. But I also don't believe in hate speech.
Click.
I think hate speech is way too subjective of a term. Because what some people are offended, where do you draw the line? That's the thing. There's literally
there is no line.
There is no legal definition for hate speech. It technically does not exist under the law. It has,
and yet people can go to jail for it.
There have been cases filed over it, and you get shitty lawyers or good lawyers, or the circumstances or whatever. And I'm not arguing for or against any of the things that have happened, like on a political basis. But there's no such thing, according to the United States government anyway, as hate speech. So, take that as you will, but I think people should be able to say fuck they want, whatever the fuck they want. And whether you're offended by it or not, whether I'm offended by it or not, it doesn't matter, because if you start stopping people from talking honestly, you lose honest discourse. And you can't have an honest conversation with people that immediately just... There's both sides. You can't have an honest conversation with people that troll and try to piss people off like he did, because they're not trying to have an honest conversation. They're trying to get a rise out of you. And then you can't have an honest conversation with the people that freak out on Twitter about it, or the people that are constantly offended, because you can't be honest with them. And I think there's entire groups and segments of people on both sides that are so galvanized towards their side that they're not willing to hear anybody else's opinion or any middle ground. You're either with or against us. It's like everybody's turned into a fucking Sith at this point. And
pretty much.
It's just ridiculous.
It's like we've lost that gray area.
It's
either black or white. There is no gray area.
That's why I feel like podcasts in general have become so popular.
Well, yeah, because it's people actually showing to have a discussion.
In the age of social media, when there is no conversation, there's no deep connection with people anymore.
I love Joe Rogan's podcast.
Hell yeah.
Because he just wants to talk to people. He doesn't care that their opinions differ from his. He just wants to talk to him and figure out, okay, well, why is your opinion like this?
Yeah, and
I love that. And sometimes it changes his opinion.
It does, and sometimes if it's like a crazy ass opinion, like when Adam Ruins Everything came on, did you see that one?
I haven't seen that one.
He was like skewing facts, like shit that most people could refute. And Joe Rogan called him on most of it.
Really?
But it wasn't like in a like, fuck you, asshole, like you're canceled bullshit kind of way.
No, more of like a, hey, look, I looked this up. You're not telling it correctly.
Right, exactly.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, well, see, but that's the thing with him. Okay, he does it respectfully.
Yeah.
But he also goes in with an open mind, knowing that he doesn't know everything. Yeah. And that's admirable, honestly.
Yeah, most of the time.
Like, I feel like that kind of viewpoint on stuff is gone. It goes back to what you were just saying about everything. Like, they don't want to hear it.
I think, what's the term? Like cognitive dissonance or something like that. People are so...
You got a better vocabulary than me. Yes, it's.
I could be wrong.
Cognitive differences.
The people are so afraid to be wrong. They're so like prideful about being wrong that they will. You could literally. I've had conversations with people where like we're just talking about something, and if it's something that like, if it's something of a political nature or whatever, you have a conversation with them. They have this standpoint, and you're like, okay, cool, but like just so you know, like. Here's what it actually happened. Here's the words that were actually used.
No, that's
wrong.
wrong.
Here's the context and what it was used
No,
in.
that's wrong. That's wrong.
Well, I don't believe that anyway. It's like, okay, so it doesn't fit your narrative, so you just believe a lie. Like
it's willful ignorance.
I don't get it. I mean, like we said, what they did was intentionally like shock jock kind of thing. Like it was meant to draw attention.
And it worked.
And
it worked.
Let's be real. Let's be real. That's how normal people talk.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not advocating it.
Although I will say...
But if you're hanging out with a group of friends...
I would say...
People use that kind of terminology in real life. They
certain generations do. I would say like... So like my niece, she's younger. She's like... She just turned 13. Mm-hmm. Her generation, they don't talk like that.
Seriously?
Dead serious. They're so in that like offended culture and afraid to offend anybody. Like she made a joke one time that she was going to post a video on one of her social media things doing a British accent, and she was like, oh wait, maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't want to offend people because I'm not really British.
The downfall of Western civilization.
It was sad for me Because it's like, but what you just did was really fucking funny.
Uh-huh.
Like that made me laugh. How she did it, and she did a really good impersonation of a British person in their accent. But she was so afraid of offending somebody that she didn't do it. It was sad for me.
I'm offended by that, so she failed.
I was just like, man, that's so sad. Like, I feel like a part of a sense of humor where you could just laugh at that kind of stuff is just disappearing.
Humor in general has disappeared.
Yeah.
Because it happened, like, in terms of, like, this kind of, like, overreacting and being offended for no reason with K-pop related shit. Katy Perry was doing something at a BTS concert.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me about
I don't know the exact setup. I don't know why she was there, if she was opening or closing for him, because I don't care, because I don't care about Katy Perry or BTS anymore. But she came out and she said something along the lines of, you guys get to stay up late tonight. And the BTS fans, some of them walked out of the concert. And then they, of course, went to where else? Twitter to vent their moral their virtuosity.
You just wasted like $150 on a ticket because you got offended by something when you could have just laughed at it. Like,
yeah, and honestly, if Katy Perry came out in the middle of anything that I was watching, I'd probably just walk out in general.
She scares me, man.
I used to love Katy Perry, but after Lion,
like she looks like what
after Roar,
she looks like what Justin Bieber would look like if he started doing drag. Tell me I'm lying.
She kind of.
Tell me I'm lying.
She used to be really pretty too.
She's like, yeah, she looks like Justin Bieber to me. I'm just
gonna hate Justin Bieber though.
I hate Justin Bieber.
Although
I am gonna call her now from now on. I'm just gonna refer to her as B2.
B2.
The Biebs 2.
But yeah, she said whatever she said, and apparently they walked out, and then they were like, "What was the one thing?" Oh, so K-pop Junkie, that news channel guy. He made a video about it, and he didn't do anything really wrong. I haven't really watched the whole video. It's kind of on in the background while I was screwing around on my phone. But he took his video down because it was obviously, it's the current news and you're trying to get views. So he put the video up earlier. But it came out that Katy Perry's fans were like, well, she says that at the beginning of all of her concerts. It's kind of a thing she always says. So it wasn't meant to be offensive. It's just something she does.
It was habitual.
So
like, hey, I'm going to get a chuckle out of these guys.
So then they got offended because, oh, well, she shouldn't be using things with fans that aren't familiar with what she does. Like, they're just always offended by something. So, one,
there's no pleasing them.
Never apologize.
There's no pleasing them.
That's the best way to do it. Never apologize.
Fuck no.
Unless you are just straight up dead wrong. Like, if you do something that's just like, okay, I fucked up.
Hell no.
I'm okay if you really fucked up and screwed the pooch.
Fuck you, I'm right.
But most of the time, you don't give in to the crazy mobs. These people that they're mostly teenagers. I don't know. I saw it.
We just got like really political.
That wasn't that political.
It's pretty political.
You know what? Turn the fucking podcast off and go watch something else if you don't like it. Shit.
Brought out the damn redneck in him. He said, shit. Not shit.
Shit. SHEEEIT. Shit.
That's what it is.
So did you hear what happened to G-Dragon and TAEYANG?
G-Dragon and TAEYANG?
Yep.
I know G-Dragon did something with Nike with a basketball court.
No, none of that.
None of that? Is this more like drama shit?
All K-pop reported that G-Dragon and TAEYANG will lose the rights to their artist names.
Why?
If they don't renew their contract with YG.
Why?
So,
like people,
YG.
Oh no, dude, we lost the rights because
YG.
people are going to stop calling them that.
Whoever the fuck is running.
What the hell are they going to do?
That's what I'm saying. Like
when somebody sees them out on the street, what's going to happen? Hey, look, that's G-Dragon and TAEYANG. Well, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean they can go by their real names, Youngbae and. I can't remember. This G-Dragon and Top to me. I don't care what the real.
That's what I'm saying.
They'll come out and they'll have.
They will forever be G-Dragon and Top.
I think they should just be TAEYANG. They should just be the artist formerly known, the dragon formerly known as G.
You trying to prince him?
Oh,
trying to prince him?
He called himself OG.
Purple Rain that shit?
OG. O capital G.
That don't work.
It does.
No. I'm sorry, bruh.
I agree.
Look,
I was trying to save it, but I couldn't say it.
I'm going to we grew up in kind of a ghetto-y area.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. There's shit that you had to have done
to get that moniker
and to have that OG title. I'm sorry. Like, there's going to be some OG in prison. If he heard that shit, he'd be like, motherfucker. Like,
But yeah, so they're gonna lose the rights to their name, and
I don't even think I'm that hood, and I know that shit.
I don't think that
For heaven's sakes, man! I just said for heaven's sakes, and I'm wearing plaid, and I know that shit.
I hope that they don't re-sign with YG. Why on earth both of them would not go immediately to P Nation and sign with Psy?
I was going to say,
I don't know.
I'm glad you said that, because I was literally about to say, do you think that they should take a page out of like what Hyuna did,
Fuck yeah,
and whatnot, and go straight to Psy's record label?
I mean, Psy's already given his artists like straight up freedom of
I was going to
creativity.
say he would give them so much creative freedom.
He's from YG,
and I'm going to say, like, G Dragon, he's been doing this since he was a kid.
Yeah,
I'm talking like 2 or 3 or some shit like that. They've been like, he's been doing this shit entertaining in some article that I read, like from talent shows and then up. But
he's also the definition of swag and charisma. Go ahead.
Bro, he's talented. Like, just legit, he's got talent. From day one when we first started watching K-pop, you remember watching that shit?
Oh yeah.
The Michigo and
Wild
shit?
and Young.
Dude.
Just for fun. Hello!
Got TAEYANG just doing that body roll.
Didn't even know it was TAEYANG.
That hard body roll. It's just like, bruh, you got me.
Yep.
But man, I would love for them to go over to Psy.
P Nation.
P Nation.
Yeah.
Because that would be dope.
I don't care if they have the same names. I will always call them that. They're so big.
I think they expect that
Big
too.
Bang is the biggest boy group in history in terms of sales. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
But outselling One Direction and Backstreet Boys, everybody. BTS might eclipse that soon, but
I can see that though.
in a time when K-pop was nowhere even close to where it is now in terms of size, they're at that level.
You just brought the dramatic. In a time.
Romance.
All I got was like some opening credits. In a time, in the dark ages of K-pop.
This is we're currently in the dark ages of K-pop. That's the golden age of K-pop. This is before right now the barbarians are at the gate. All right, that's what happens right now. And back in the day, it was the reign of Marcus Aurelius before he died and his son took over and killed Russell Crowe.
You do realize that means K-pop about to get hit with the plague, right?
I'm saying.
They're going to have to start quarantining fucking groups.
The barbarians are going to come through the gate. We're going to have to split it. We're going to have to
the barbarian horde!
Was that a deaf guy saying boo?
That's how I hear it. No, look.
Van Wilder. I'm saying,
for the first time in my life, I'm glad I'm deaf. So I hear the boos. No, in my head, in Gladiator, when they get to that scene where the crowd starts booing, that's how I hear it. It's just a bunch of drunk
cows,
homeless people who fuck goats, just. Rome was a weird court.
It was a strange court. Well, Knights of the Round Table, we danced when we were able.
That one motherfucker on the side of the building. Tis a strange court.
On a second thought, we should not go to Camelot. Tis a silly place. Oh, I bet nobody watching this, aside from the older generation, understands that Monty Python reference. But I don't think it would make no sense. Like, they could literally call themselves like Thing 1 and Thing 2. I want to be like, oh yeah, TAEYANG and G Dragon. Yeah. They transcend the entire genre of K-pop.
When you've had your name for more than a decade, it's kind of hard to get rid of that.
Not only your name, but just your clout. I
True.
mean, everything you've dropped has been fucking successful. Everything you do goes right to the top. And women want to rub your abs, and men want your abs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it is. So I say go to P Nation.
I've never wanted it.
Give yourself some like fuck you YG name, because I'm YG. 2020 prediction. 2020 prediction with YG. Blackpink comeback February. I think that's what I'm hearing right now. That's the rumbling. Blackpink's comeback, no matter what it is going to be huge. Whether it's garbage or whether it's fantastic, it's going to be huge. They just have their fan base.
I predict more horns.
I predict bongos.
Maybe some tubas,
steel drums. Yeah, instead of bam, bam. Teddy's like, we're gonna mix it up.
The Jamaican drums.
Nobody's done that like Jamaican sound yet. Why not? They done the Caribbean thing, but I ain't heard no steel drums, man.
Oh man,
They could like remix like some Bob Marley or something. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Bring out
But
some xylophones.
Either way, whatever they do is going to be fire. I think that financially, YG is going to have to bank on them
Absolutely.
because Icon lost BI. Was it BI that left? I think it was BI, and he was their producer, their songwriter. He was their leader, kind of thing. And when he left, you haven't heard nothing from Icon since he disappeared. Really, I don't think. And if you have, it wasn't good enough for me to remember. And Lehigh finally got left out, taken out of the basement this year, just in time to beat the burning club scandal thing. And can you think of any other YG artists right now? Like
Yeah.
CL left YG.
You were right. It's Bi.
Yeah, CL left YG.
Kim Hanbin.
Yeah. So nobody knows where she's gonna go, but I expect wherever she goes. She just dropped another song recently
Wait,
too.
what'd you say about Lehigh?
Lehigh, they finally let her out of the basement.
Oh, okay.
Earlier this year, and the song was fire. Her comeback was dope.
Dude, I love Lehigh's voice.
But-
she has got that sultry, soulful voice that I fucking love, man.
Yeah, she's got that raspy husk that's just
Man.
and she got such.
What the hell is it about husk? I love husky voices, man.
It's because it gives the voice.
Oh
Like
my- there's a depth.
and
Oh,
warmth
hell
and
yeah.
power, and she has that power that it's not Ailey quality or what Ailey used to be before she popped her vocals, whatever the fuck she did, because she can't. I haven't heard her do that in a long time. What she used to do, because I'm telling you, when she sang "I Will Always Love You," my whole body was covered in chills. That was the best version I ever heard. Fuck a Whitney Houston.
Dude, like,
That shit was fire.
man, I'm telling like her doing that is the equivalent to that bald-headed chick in Avengers Endgame when she soul punches the Hulk out of Bruce Banner. Like that's what her voice does to people. Just pow.
She soul punches you.
Hell yeah.
All right. She knocks you into your soul into another dimension.
That's what happens.
Dimensional punch. She has
That's
an interdimensional voice.
That's what it is.
The multiverse voice right there.
Her voice controls the multiverse.
That's powerful.
That's power. Slap your thighs, power.
Yes, damn. That's when Chris
I don't know
Chris
why.
Tucker and Ice Cube be like, damn.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why, but when you like say some redneck chick, I can't help it. I always want to just like do another one because I feel like when some redneck shit gets said, there has to be that other guy around him just going to bammo whammo, man.
Bang right there, man.
Just
Okay, whoop ass stick right here.
by gosh, golly gee. Yeah.
Let me tell you about propane.
Man, I'm telling you, like rednecks are such crazy hype people. You know it too.
Yeah,
they in your family.
It's like low key only to like that one like that black guy that hypes the shit out of the guy who's about to rap or beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah. Just only it's more.
Yeah, it's a little more like old cootish, but yeah.
There's always like clicking involved too, and elbowing. You know what I'm saying? Just like. Hey there, Billy. Did you hear what Tommy said about you? Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm random as fuck.
No, it's all good. So
That's how I do.
I have a question for you.
You have a question? I may have an answer.
How many? Now this is actually I made this list after literally 7 hours of painstaking research.
I'm just gonna say this: 2 chickens.
What?
It's from Game of Thrones. You lost it. I was hoping you'd get it right away.
I haven't processed that at all. What episode was that from?
It was early on in the seasons when he's walking around with what's her face, and he gets a chicken. As a matter of fact, I'll take 2 chickens, and he says it all weird. It was like a thing. They made a bunch of memes about it.
Huh, I don't remember that.
Right on
All right.
with your question.
So, of the second gen guy groups and girl groups,
Okay.
and I want you guys to guess at home right now. Put it in the comments before, and then edit it after.
I'm hearing fucking Jeopardy music in my head.
Yeah. I want you to tell me of the second gen guy groups, and maybe some first group, versus the girl groups. Shut the fuck up.
Do you want me to answer in the form of a question?
No. How many of them
What is my scrotum?
do you think are disbanded?
Ooh. In 2019, how many?
How many in
Like verses? Is that what you're asking?
So I made this list.
I guess I should have listened to the question.
punch you in your fat fucking head.
ADD is a beautiful thing.
So early 2019, I made this list. So there's probably a few more that have been added to this list since then.
Okay.
So there's gonna be somebody in the
There's
comments.
been a lot of disbands.
There's gonna be somebody in the comments screaming their ass off. Just shut the fuck up, all right? I did a pretty thorough ass list here, so you can suck it. But of the second gen guy groups versus the girl groups, how many guy groups disbanded versus how many girl groups? And I think we can probably throw third gen is in this too. A few third gen. So second and third gen girls versus guy groups. How many do you think have disbanded? You guys too.
So like in the decade then.
Just since
Second and third
gen
gen.
and second and third gen. Yeah, beginning of third gen because we're kind of in fourth gen now.
I definitely feel like I've heard way more about girl groups disbanding than I have guy groups.
You would be correct. Yes.
To put a number to it,
Do guys first.
do guys first. Yeah, because that's lower. I want to say at least 2 or 3 guy groups
Okay.
have disbanded.
Okay. I'm talking about since second gen, not just in 2019.
Oh, okay, okay.
Overall.
Oh, so okay, so that raises the number then, because there's been a lot of guy groups that came out and flopped, and then you figure Big Bang disbanded too.
Yeah.
So, all right, so maybe like 5 or 6 groups.
Okay.
Maybe is it more than that?
Somebody is like literally laughing at you through the camera, like this fat piece of shit don't know nothing.
Look, I've been away from the game.
How many girl groups?
Girl groups at least like 10 or 11.
Those are your final answers?
I feel like they shouldn't be. I feel like I should say like 15 girl groups.
I can tell you,
and I should say like 10 or 11 guy groups.
I would say that you're still dead fucking wrong. And I bet
No
that
way.
most people are going to be really shocked by these numbers. And again, they've actually probably gone up a few more since then. But
Don't tell me they're in the 20s.
bro.
Are they in the 20s?
Bro, wait. It's higher than that. So if you go back to the guy groups
No way.
from second gen, and I think there's I don't remember if I did second gen or third gen. These all look like second gen groups to me. So 38 guy groups. 38 guy groups disbanded.
Bullshit.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now. And you guys can punch AA, Airplane, BTL, History.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. A lot of those I haven't even heard of.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they disbanded.
Yeah, and you know what? If we went back and watched those like DJ Digitals and stuff, because I went through and watched a shit ton of videos on this and did a bunch of research online. When I was looking at them, I'm like, oh, dude, I remember these songs. These were fire ass songs when we first got into K-pop, but it was just like one song and they never hit it again. M Crown, Fawn, Pure, Ugly Pumpkin, ZPZG, Blast, C Clown, famous as AP6.
I remember C Clown.
Chaos, Damien, DMTN, GIAM, LC9. Remember Led Apple, LED Apple, the like Ricky Martin.
Oh yeah.
MIB, remember MIB? They had that one fire song and that was it.
I don't remember that
If
one.
you saw it, you would.
I would
Road
have to.
Boys, Speed, Excite, Able, X5, Shoe I, Atomic His, A Prince, Empine, Wonder Boys, Legend, Trophy, New US Nom,
I remember
JBJ,
hearing about Wonder Boys.
Madtown, and
Madtown.
technically Beast, but they became Highlight.
So does that count then?
I counted it just because they're
technically not the same
dissolved
name.
the group because
Okay.
of whatever reasons. Now, how many on that list are like, wow, those are my all-time favorite groups? Like
None.
maybe Beast. Madtown had YOLO and a couple other songs that were good.
Yeah, I wouldn't really.
There's
Honestly, well, you didn't say Big Bang on there. Big
Big Bang has not disbanded yet.
Really?
No.
Oh, that's right. They just went into the army and shit.
Yeah, there's nothing official yet. YG's gonna ride that as long as he fucking can. That's the cash cow.
At least until he takes her name away.
If they chose to leave, if they don't renew their contracts, yeah. And I don't think they would be stupid to renew their contracts. We already talked about that. So,
Yeah.
So 38 guy groups from the second gen. Those are almost all second gen too. Some might be first gen. I don't know. I'm not a purist, so just chill out in the comments. But now the girl groups.
I just saw how big that was.
Yeah. I was gonna make a video about this. I tried. It's just too damn big. No, you don't get to see it.
I want to see it.
I'm gonna read it off to you. I'm gonna tell you. Take one more guess at what you thought it would be.
One more again.
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 One more
Again.
again. Okay, so I caught a glimpse of it. So no way. No way.
Yeah.
So if I'm guessing it,
Yeah.
And if the guy groups were at
There's
38,
somebody like, just tell them the fucking number.
dude, I'm putting that up into like the 60s or 70s then.
That would be a very accurate guess. And this again, this is probably up a few.
Damn.
72.
No joke.
Almost-
My guess was going to be like an exact number, 68.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that far off.
72. And that's almost double the guy groups. And now,
Absolutely.
all the guy groups, no offense to them, but none of these guy groups had any real impact on the K-pop industry aside from Beast. Now, you may, if you're at home watching this, you may be like, no, this group got me into it. One of the ones I said, you have some good songs, fine. But in the grand scheme of K-pop, none of these groups had a song or something that like anybody, large groups of people remember. You know what I mean? It may be personal, but you know,
Like I
the
know for
girl
me,
groups, bro.
I know for me, Secret's on that list.
Bro,
Secret's on that list.
I'm gonna read them.
Kara's on
I'm
that
gonna read 'em.
list.
4L, Love Us, MOA, VV Diva, Smile G, Mix, and Minx. Sorry, that which technically is Dreamcatcher now.
Mm-hmm.
BP Pop, Yi Ah, Nep, N White, Alice White. Remember Alice
I
White?
do remember Alice White.
Scarlet, B.O.B. Girls, BBDE Girl. Some of these I don't know either. Sunny Day, Goddess, MYB, Black Pearl, D Unit. Remember D Unit?
I do remember the D Unit.
Yep. Not an impactful.
I just
group,
listened
but
to one of their songs the other day.
GP Daisy, The Sia, Scarf. Remember Love Virus? The song. It was one of the. If you heard it, you remember it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to hear it.
She's.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Swindle. Crampop.
Grandpop, that's right.
Grandpop.
I forgot about that.
Lady, The Ark, the Piggy Dolls, IOI,
Man.
Tint,
Jump
Kiss and Cry, Domino Game.
Everybody.
Yep. Serial, Chi-Chi, Gang Kids, Evol, Unicorn, VNT, Chocolate.
Oh yeah, Chocolat.
Glam. That was the
I do
that was
remember
the
Glam.
big hit group that they had some kind of controversy with, and that's why Big Hit's never had a girl group since then. JQT, Ham, Jewelry, Tiny G.
I miss Tiny G.
This is where we get into the big groups. Rainbow.
Oh, dude, Rainbow broke my heart when you told me about them breaking up. Listen to me, splitting up or disbanding. Man, that sucked.
They had a comeback. We never watched it. They did like a fan produced kind of thing. They came back and had a song. I didn't listen to it. I was waiting for you.
We should listen
like a
to
month ago.
We should totally listen to that.
We will. Finkel, Swit, 5 Dolls, Co-ed School, Kara,
Kara.
After School.
I love how you get more Kara.
07 to 2016. That's how long they lasted.
Damn.
Kara, After School. Technically, they haven't disbanded according to the thing, but let's be honest, they're fucking disbanded. They still keep them open for some reason. From I think it's Pleiades. I don't remember where they're from or Fantigo, but they're fucking disbanded.
Yeah.
Spica,
I remember Spica.
Miss A, 4 Minute,
Hey, that's right.
Sistar,
Oh my God.
Wonder Girls,
It's the Wonder Girls.
Tiara, 21,
Man.
Soul T. These are all Bulldog,
Tiara.
Stellar,
Stellar.
INB, Feister,
That's right.
ZZ Bay, Secret,
That
Bestie,
That one.
Tahiti,
That hurt me.
Unity, Melody Day, 1 to
I
1,
miss Melody
IBI,
Day, man.
Acor, D-Holic, and I think there was a few more that disbanded this year. 72 groups, and that last 2 columns is more than the 38 guy groups that disbanded.
Let me see that. Because that's... There goes my drink. Dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I probably missed some. This took me 7 hours to compile this list.
This page is the death of K-pop.
It really is.
Like, holy shit. What the fuck?
Yeah. And
I am, like, legit, like, shocked at this.
I was too. And because I was like, dude, the beginning of this year, it was just disbandment after disbandment after disbandment. And I'm like, okay, why is it that all of my favorite fucking groups keep disbanding? And none of these guys, Big Bang's been around. They're not disbanded. EXO's been around for a long ass time. They're not disbanded.
No, they're still doing shit.
Every guy group, for some reason, I don't know what.
Maybe guy groups have just naturally more of a longevity.
What happens at the record label, at the management company, that causes girl groups to want to leave. Obviously, they're held to a different standard, and they're treated differently. They all go on crazy diets. They're all forced to different things. Different record labels treat idols differently.
Absolutely.
Some suck. Some are good. Some have changed their ways dramatically from the way they used to be, i.e. like a JYP.
Yeah.
You know, they've kind of updated with the times. They realize that they're much more under a public eye and a microscope, so they've learned to adapt to that. And whether it's genuine or not, it's still good for the idols, so take it with you will. But 72 groups, dude. And I'm telling you, I missed some. Because a lot of these groups on here I've never even heard of. Like Love Us 4L.
I've never heard
listened
of
to some
that
of their
one.
songs when I went through and I listened to songs from every group on here.
Did
and I
you?
was like, oh, I remember this group. Yeah, but they never had an impact. But you get to this second list, dude.
Yeah, that second column, or the third column.
Well,
really, the third column.
Cram Pop and the whole third column on the bottom. As soon as you get to Kara, Kara, After School, Spick and Miss A, 4 Minute Sister.
Those are big names.
Wonder Girls, Tiara, 21, Stellar, Feister, Secret, Bestie, Melody Day.
I will say, Stellar gave it that good old college try when they tried to do that.
Those are
more like the fan base thing, but then that song they made just sucked. And they were good.
Kara, After School, Spica, Miss A, 4 Minute, Sistar, Cram Pop, Wonder Girls, Tiara, 21. These are groups, Secret, Bestie. These are groups that made songs that are K-pop fucking
gold for us.
Like not for us, for like anybody that listens to them and still listens to Cars.
A lot of those, honestly, a majority of those names that you just named off, when we were first getting into K-pop, those were the ones that we gravitated towards.
Yes,
except for Cram Pop.
These were like
Cram Pop took us a minute.
I love that. Baby, dancing in the moonlight. I love Cram Pop now, but yeah, they're
but you remember the Jump It?
Yeah,
the Jump. When we saw that, we're like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
And you know who I didn't put on here? I didn't put Orange Caramel on here, but Orange Caramel's going too. I think that was that Nana subgroup thing.
Yeah,
but and that's what I'm saying. I missed some, but that's how many there were, and maybe I missed some of the guy groups too. But these groups, Kara, After School, all the ones I keep repeating, those are impactful groups. Yeah. 21, Wonder Girls, those groups had a huge impact on the groups.
Even now, when you say that name, I just hear, it's the Wonder Girls.
Yeah, those are groups that did it first. Like, yeah, there was other Finkel and SS, but they didn't have the impact. These groups established K-pop for what it is.
When I think of Finkel, I get Ace Ventura, the Pet Detective, honestly.
These are groups that have dances and songs that idols now have to learn in training because they're that fucking big.
Yep.
And ain't none of them in this guy session having like so all these crappy groups, like no offense when I say crappy, but like these groups didn't have an impact. They didn't change nothing.
No.
Like I said in the beginning, you like them, whatever, but because I love Madtown. Madtown was my shit.
You know, I'm wondering if the guy group list is smaller because I think there are probably, I think I'm safe to say this, that there's more girl groups and female artists than there are men. Like boy groups and men artists.
I don't know about that.
You think there's more?
I would think there's way more. But they last longer. Maybe they I don't know. You're somebody in Korea watching this. Sweet Rain, if you're watching this, what's up?
I like that name.
What is the Sweet Rain?
That's what I'm getting. Sweet
She's the
Rain.
president of our fan club. When we go to Korea, I have to bring her a shirt that says President of K-pop for life. I promised her.
Done.
She's gonna show us around. But
we should put our handprints on the back.
We should. Yes. Or like our beard prints.
Let's do it.
So
I'll just like do I'll just do a swish with my beard.
But man, I tell you, I made this list and I've tried to make the video like 5 times.
That would be a tough
this
video.
podcast was the best way to do it because how do you make a video with all this content?
Man.
So I'm very curious if anybody knows because there's so many different possibilities. Obviously, women are treated slightly different in Korea. They obviously have freedom, but there's still feminism starting to rise there. All that kind of stuff is taking its hold. Mm-hmm. And things are starting. The wheels of change are beginning. But, I mean, in that kind of, I don't want to say patriarchal society, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be like that 1950s smack 'em on the ass. Good job, darling.
Hey there, honey.
Yeah. Oh, it's cute that you want to work, sweetheart. Like that. That's kind of the vibe I sometimes get my go on there.
You're looking a little tense. Come on, just relax. Yeah. Let me rub your shoulders. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah. It was just watching one of those kind of 50 shows, like Agent Carter or something. But
hey there, doll face.
Yeah. But I don't know what it is.
And then you got Dolly Parton working 9 to 5.
And then there's, we can be stereotypical. Like,
Absolutely.
Is it that women can't get along in groups and they're catty? No. You get enough women into a group, they turn into a pack of hyenas sometimes.
Dude, have you seen women around each other? Like, even young, like, girls, friends, like, quote unquote friends. Man, they are fucking vicious to each other.
I mean, a lot of them are. Vicious. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Like, seriously, there was a meme that summed this up. Where like a girl came up, oh hey Cindy, how you doing? Whatever. And then she walked away. What a bitch! Did you see her hair? Yeah, fucking skank. And then there's the guys. Dude walks up. What up, dickhead? Yeah, you asshole. Fuck off. Walks away. Man, that's a cool dude. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. I like him. I can hang with him. He's cool.
100% accurate.
It's so damn accurate. Oh, I'm telling you, life can be summed up in memes.
So is that it? But the thing is, like, I'm not part of the culture, but I do know a lot more than your average Westerner about Korean culture, and so do you.
Yeah,
because we've delved more into I'm very interested in the Korean culture. I love how they interact with each other. I find it fascinating, and
we've experienced it just going out with Brian and Soojung and how Soojung reacts around, like, especially like when like an older guy approaches, just like her demeanor in general changed.
Yeah, it's true.
You remember that? Yeah. She got like super respectful around him and everything like that.
Right.
And then she switched back to talking to us and called us assholes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But like, I wonder if it's that, or I wonder if it's just like in the industry because do they get mistreated? Do they get tired of it? Like,
well, you read stories about that all the time.
Yeah, but there's that story. There's that whole thing. I don't remember the name of the group, but they were being like abused sexually and it was a dude group, and the president owner and his wife were like abusing them. They were like crying for help. I can't remember the name of the group. It was an obscure group, but it was
the wife was doing it.
Something like that. Yeah, like it was kind of fucked up, and they were locked into this like pattern.
Like a Terry Crews situation happening.
Worse.
Damn.
But I don't know the details because I didn't follow it very close. But it does happen to the guy groups. But obviously, I think anything like that is going to happen a lot more to the female persuasion. But why is it that a Big Bang and EXO, they've been around for the same amount of time, sometimes more, and they're all still together? Or they go on these long-ass hiatuses, and they just keep them together. Or they have members leave, and it doesn't seem to affect the group very much. EXO's lost like 3 members.
Do you think maybe royalties play a big part of that too?
It could. I don't know if they
because
get paid
like
more, but all artists.
If you think
it
about
depends on the label. So different labels.
If you have a girl group with and I'm just keeping it with the girl group right now. I won't include the male groups. Like, so say in a female group, you know that there are certain members who lag behind when it comes to the talent.
Oh, you mean like the ones that are there to be pretty?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But then you see the ones who really stand out and shine when they go out and do more solo stuff. I feel like so take like Sistar. Hyorin.
Yeah, the obvious superstar from the group.
She super talented.
Yeah.
And she's gone on now to go on and make a very successful career for herself.
She created her own record label.
But even then, she has the talent to back it up.
Right.
Not that I've necessarily liked all of her stuff that she's dropped. I just...
My opinion doesn't form consensus. Most people agree that they like her stuff, so she's successful.
But either way, you can't deny the fact that she doesn't have a brilliant voice. Like, her voice is amazing.
Yeah.
So, and then like you have Soyu, who has tried to branch out that way.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really happened.
It's all that RBF.
I love her RBF. You keep that RBF real. But, like, I wonder if sometimes maybe for some of this, maybe that comes into play. I mean, don't get me wrong, not all of that happens. There's not like 72 artists just going solo.
Right.
A lot of it is the probably like dichotomy between them, and then you got like how the record labels are treating them, and then just their overall success. But I am wondering for those ones where, say, those certain members did branch out, go solo, and they're successful now, maybe that was kind of like a point of contention between them. Like, you know, hey, I'm kind of carrying the group. I just want to do my own thing.
Could be.
And my money's my own.
Yeah.
Because you know how like some of them, they divvied up and split those royalties.
Well, that's what they do. Yeah, like they'll be the one member that's like. I mean, you can take Gugudan right now.
No.
Sejong. I mean, are. I mean, no offense, but they're fucking carrying the entire group.
The show is getting tired, man.
TAEYANG is probably the only other member that stands out. But I mean, Sejong she's up there in the top tier because the Korean people fucking love her, and she's famous. She's in shows. So is Mina. So like, are they giving that money? Are they splitting that money? Is that part of their contract? Like I said, it all depends on the record label because SM has some of the strictest contracts. I think it's like
so maybe that would be something.
80% goes to the label.
That would be interesting to track. How long from right now before Gugudan splits?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
they split.
But if they do you think that those two members would go off and do their own thing, or maybe just do like a collab?
Of course they would. Sejong and they've already done the subgroups twice, and each time they've inserted a different member other than Sejong and Mina into the group. First one was Ogu Ice Ju,
the test group
with Mina and I can't remember her name, but she left the group already.
It's a tester,
and she was one of my favorite members too, and she left the group. She was the one that really had a little bit more star power in the group. And then they did Semina, which was her, Mina, Sejong, and Nayoung. And that was really good, but it didn't really catch on. But I really liked it. But you know that's an interesting topic right there to talk about too, because I love Gugudan.
I know you do,
but
I like him, but I don't love him.
Welcome to K-pop for life. Let's keep it 10 times 10.
And I'm not gonna lie, I would honestly say I only like a couple of their songs.
I love all their songs.
Legitimately,
they are a cappella. Their ability to sing, they're probably one of the most talented vocal groups that there is in terms of the whole group. Like they can all sing and they harmonize really well. They have a good chemistry in that respect. But they don't seem to have a good chemistry. What is
Are you talking about their interactions?
Let's set the stage for the people. When we love a K-pop group,
lights down low.
When we want to get to know a K-pop group better.
Oh, the first thing we do is we go to the Idol.
You go to Weekly Idol, or now Weekly Idol is trash, so we go to Idol Room.
Yeah, Idol Room with Donnie and Defcon.
Or we watch like an old Weekly Idol or something.
Yeah,
when Donnie and Defcon were still there, or when like Hani or Bomi were hosting.
Yeah, but dude, I miss them.
Yeah, that was the best.
I miss them.
But
Bomi, the silverback gorilla.
The silverback gorilla of my heart.
Man, I'm telling you, she is so fucking funny and fun. Like so off topic, and we'll get right back on it. But if you have never seen her on those shows, and you have no idea like what her actual personality is like, go check those shows out, and I guarantee you'll instantly love her.
Bomi's the ultimate glue,
dude. She is like, oh fuck.
I love Bomi, man.
Like straight up, if like the world was splitting apart, she is the glue you want holding that motherfucker together. Just shoving her mouth full of food, gorilla walking all over the place.
All the way to the rescue.
That's what she'd be doing. All right, so back to what you were saying.
But so we set the stage.
Yeah.
I got you into WJSN.
Absolutely.
So now we watch, because you want to get a feel for the personality of the group.
It helps with the bias list.
The one thing, not just that, but like when you vibe with a group,
you vibe with the music a little more.
You vibe with the personalities and how they interact.
True.
That's my favorite part about WJSN. I love their music, but the way they interact with each other, their individual interactions and like the chemistry that they have.
It reminds me of when we first watched Mamamoo.
Yeah, when they're just bullshitting. It's so fun and entertaining
and genuine.
And it's genuine.
Yeah.
And you can tell when it's not genuine, or when maybe they don't click, or maybe certain groups have reserved personalities.
It's how Subin got on my fucking bias list.
Yeah. Her personality's
her personality, man. She gives a fuck about who the hell is like ahead of her and shit.
But the first thing we do, we watch that. We watch the mukbangs. We watch all the different shows, and you can kind of even if it's like the character that they're presenting, if it's consistent, I don't care, because I like the product. If I'm buying a product, give me the product I want. I don't give a fuck if it's fake or not. As long as I believe it's real, I'm cool with that.
You don't care if that shit's wrapped in newspaper.
It's entertainment, and I'm okay. I do not care. But sometimes you come across a group where you love the group when they're performing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know why, but I've never really watched a lot of behind-the-scenes Gugudan stuff. Probably because I always get sidetracked when we're watching stuff between like Sejong and Mina stuff, because they have so much of their own stuff.
It's true. As soon as you see anything Mina, you're just like, okay, that rabbit hole looks nice. Let's go.
Yeah, look at that rabbit hole.
I'm going to eat the mushroom I'm going to eat the mushroom that makes me tiny. And then you just go right down with it.
That creepy ass cat pops up out of nowhere.
That's what happens.
I hate that movie.
That's what happens.
But But we tried watching Gugudan stuff, and I was like, dude, we've never watched any Gugudan stuff. Let's
And
go,
I
let's go
know
down this
why
rabbit hole.
when we started watching it.
Well, I've never tried.
I got
But we watched.
bored watching them.
I was really shocked. Like, I couldn't tell if they were nervous
I don't
or,
know.
but like they were. It was an old Weekly Idol episode we started on.
It was and
It was subtitled, so we understood context. We knew what was going on,
and it was Weekly Idol.
and it was Weekly Idol when it was good.
Yeah, with Defcon and Donnie.
With Donnie and Connie, and it was awful. Like I don't know if they were sick or what, but I was like, man, their chemistry, like their interactions, it's not fun. It's not entertaining. They all seem like they don't want to be there. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they were bored. Maybe I don't know the context.
Maybe they were just tired and
After you
malnourished.
left, I went and tried to watch more stuff from other stuff.
Did you?
And
With
I
Gugudan?
specifically focused on stuff that I could find that was either not primarily Sejong or Mina, because I thought this was an interesting topic. Because I was like, why? I was like, usually, I love the groups that I'm like vibing with, but like, they seem like there was a couple funny moments and a couple things. They're like, okay, cool, but I think that their personalities are just a lot of them are really reserved, and. It's not that they're boring. They're just, I think maybe they're more introverted. This is just my speculation from what I saw. But people get really mad about Gugudan when you watch their stuff because, like I said, I fucking love Gugudan. I love their music. I love the vibe. I love everything about it. I love all their songs.
You have a Kang Mina standee right behind me.
Yeah. But
I think it's safe to say you're a fan.
I feel bad
You
for
have a fucking shirt with her on it.
I have a custom shirt. I got a Sejong standee coming soon. But They every time their video drops, the very first thing you hear is people bitching that Sejong has more lines than everybody, and then the second thing you hear is either thank heaven so and so finally got so more lines or whatever the usual thing, and then if anybody, like me personally, I tend to focus on Mina and Sejong. Obviously, I'm a huge fan, both IOI for life, but. Immediately, you should say more people's names in the comment. And they go on these rants about, how I don't know this. And it's like, listen, I do know their names. I just don't really care when Sejong and Mina are on screen. Let me just be honest. And I feel bad, but like, there are some groups, back what you were saying a little while ago, the rest of the group sometimes is just there. Like, they don't really have star power. Like, if you love the individual members or you don't like the members I do, fine, I get that. Everybody's drawn to different people for whatever reason, but the reality is that none of the other members of Gugudan are getting lipstick commercials and getting paid for acting and are being sought after in the industry for multiple different avenues of a career potential, like Mina and Sejong are, and it doesn't discredit the abilities of the other girls, but it does say that they don't have the same star power that those two have, and you see that across a lot of groups. And sometimes it's just because, like, maybe they don't fit the Korean ideal, or they didn't strike the right chord for some reason, or maybe timing is everything. So something they did just was at the right time or wasn't at the right time. But yeah, I was very surprised by Gugudan as a group when their interactions were occurring. That I was just like, bro, I am bored, and everything seems really forced and fake.
Well, I got really bored when we were watching it.
Yeah, I was like, but like halfway through, I would turn this off. Like, no.
Yeah, no. Do it now. Do it now.
Do it. They had the Palpatine. Do it. Do it. But, yeah, and I was still surprised by it. So I was thinking about it, and I started thinking about like, the reason we fell in love with Mamamoo.
Like I said earlier. Like, watching the Cosmic Girls reminds me of when we first started watching Mamamoo.
Mamamoo
and how they
so
interact.
Dude,
they were so just like over the top and funny.
Yep.
And like,
and the fucks
Kwasa just
zero.
saying she wanted to go have chicken and beer. Like, I dig that.
Yeah. Yeah, they had the right dichotomy that really appealed to me as a fan. Like, like after that it was like, I don't even care about your music anymore. Let's watch some more vlogs.
just their dynamics alone, like, made me a fan.
Yeah, and
for sure
they still have that.
Yeah,
but I just don't like a lot of
the music is falling off.
The music is falling off for me, but I really like them as a group still. So like, I don't hate on Mamamoo as much as I do other groups.
I do like. So like Egotistical.
Egotistic was fire. Starry Night
Hell
is
yeah.
one of
Starry
the best.
Night
One of
is
their
amazing.
best songs. I love Starry Night. But like, you know that Wildflower song? Was it Wildflower or Windflower? That song. I didn't like it at first. I love that song now.
I don't like Twit. And
Twit was awful.
Or Twit or whatever.
All their solo stuff.
And
I
I don't like Hip.
Hip is
I can't stand
Hip. Was
Hip.
trash. Hip was not good.
I lasted a minute and a half.
I forced myself through the whole thing.
Minute and a half. That's all I could do.
I did a reaction video to it.
I
Sat through the whole thing.
couldn't have done it.
And at the end of it, it was literally like 3.5 minutes of me like I didn't say anything. I was very bored. I'm like, this is just more of this.
I would have mulliganed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're a Patreon, you understand that statement.
Yeah, like Go Go Baby, not my thing.
Nah.
I could listen to it if it came on, but I will never search for it.
I cannot.
Really?
I cannot. It came up on my Pandora. Go Go Baby?
Yeah.
I couldn't listen to it while I was driving. It was, like I was cruising, chilling, listening to music, having a good old time. That song came on. I got a little bit through it. Just a little bit. And I just like, nope. I nexted it.
Wow.
I couldn't do it.
So I've had it come on, and I'm just like, whatever.
Nope.
No, bing, bing, no, baby. It's kind of catchy, but I don't really. It's not that MAMAMOO goodness.
Yeah.
It just sounds like more generic crap to me.
Do you remember when we watched those live stages with them?
Which ones?
The one where they were doing more of like the old songs.
Oh, the retro throwback stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, those songs, they did dope.
Put your phone on silent, man.
Yours vibrated earlier.
I put mine on silent.
Shut the fuck up. Love you, baby.
Love you too. Later we're gonna play Stick Tummy. Tummy Stick, and we're gonna put our beards together like Velcro.
Oh, that's such a bad mental image.
Yep.
Although I will say,
Do you remember that time we were taking pics for a thumbnail, and we had the idea to like put our faces together and like look up because we were trying to make the thumbnail, and when we pulled apart, our beards like pulled apart. We were like,
actually, man, like,
it's like, I will never forget that terrifying experience.
it was like my beard was trying to eat your baby beard.
It basically would. Yeah, your beard is way too masculine for my bitch beard. I would not want to fuck with your beard, man. Like those old cartoons where like they turn into little like hair fists, you know? You beat the shit out of my beard.
Our beards do around the fisticuffs. Oh shit. Oh man, I miss old MAMAMOO. I do.
I really miss old
Oh yeah, came on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that came on earlier today when I was on my way over here.
Oh, for real?
Dude, I was blasting that shit, just like reminiscing when we was watching all the MAMAMOO stuff, doing like we do when we find groups that we start to like, going down the rabbit hole, watching the weekly idols and shit like that. Man, it was fun.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder if I feel like you have to be a certain level of K-pop fan to do that, because like a lot of the fans
I also think
nowadays, they're like,
if you have the ability to watch anime with the subtitles, you're more inclined to be able to watch that stuff.
I don't need subtitles to watch my favorite groups.
Me either.
Like, you haven't watched them yet, but
you can kind of just like get the context based off of body language, how they respond, and what they're doing.
Yeah, and I just like to watch the interactions, and like I said before, I like the way the Korean stock interacts with each other, and I like to hear it where I'm trying to understand what happens. But like,
I love the way they talk, man.
when
I'm not gonna lie, I love the Korean language and how it sounds and how they talk.
Yeah.
Like when they get on some shit and they go, "Oh,
진짜," like they're so expressive. I love that shit.
yeah." I love the inflections. I love how there are so many inflections in what they do.
Yeah, I like the way that.
Oh, 진짜네.
Sometimes I like the way that their mouth is shaped when they talk.
They're
Like,
always
and they say,
do-
"Ichana."
Oh yeah, I remember you did that. No, my favorite is when they get all like pursed lips and shit. Like,
Yes.
oh, that was stuff like that. Man, like, like I don't know that many words. So
there's a
bear with
subtle
me here,
thing
but-
that you hear a lot of them do, where they talk and like they're saying something, and I'm just gonna, and they do like this like it's like suck through their teeth thing.
Oh, I do know, like in some
And
things.
it used to be like, what is that? And now I hear it and it's like, why do I like that so much? It's, yeah, like in between thoughts they go, and it's like,
I don't know. Maybe it gives them that like second to think and process.
It is like I think it is like it's like a.
I feel like maybe we should do that.
A societal norm. Yeah, it's just like a societal norm.
Maybe that's how you get your filters. You take a breath.
Yeah, maybe. Fuck that shit,
you suck in between your teeth.
I got sensitive teeth. I got these sensitive. I don't get cold air though.
Or when they get on some shit and they go. I love that shit. I love that shit. It makes me think of my girlfriends and nine-tailed fox, man. Their grandpa. Like a cat hissing at you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, what the fuck?
This is why I want to watch like Korean dramas and stuff, because like I just love hearing the language. It's so much fun.
Breaking news. Literally posted 3 minutes ago. Like literally posted. You'll
Did
see
you
this.
really just say breaking news?
Breaking news.
This motherfucker.
What is going on with K-pop girl groups? We're just talking about it. So I just opened my Soupy.
Okay, I was about to say breaking news from who?
I just opened my Soupy. It's not a big deal. I mean, unless you're a Cherry Bullet fan, which I am, but I'm not really bonded or attached to any of these members yet. But I see that my favorite one is leaving. FNC Entertainment announces that Kokoro, Maire, and Lin Lin's departure from Cherry Bullet. Our artist Cherry Bullet will henceforth be continuing on as a seven-member group. After speaking with the 3 members, come to the decision to end their activities as Cherry Bullet and terminate their exclusive contracts. So with a heavy heart that we bring this, blah, blah, blah. Came to the 3 members. We will do our best to ensure Cherry Bullet's return, blah, blah, blah.
Add another one to the list.
Momoland just lost a bunch of members.
Man.
It just, like, if they're not disbanding,
Dropping like flies.
they're just pristine. Like they bring members back in another label.
I was going to say, but didn't they bring some back and just create a new subgroup?
Yeah, but it's
technically.
Just like, what is it? Is it? I'm starting to wonder, like, if they're like, oh, the West doesn't like large groups, so we're going to cut 3 members. But those were some of the, like, Ling Ling was like probably one of the most recognizable members in there. I think she was.
BTS is a pretty large group.
It's like 6 people.
That's pretty large.
It's not that big. One Direction had 6 members. Backstreet Boys had 6 members. NSYNC had 5.
Oh, okay.
Lil Bega was 1.
Okay, so that's maybe the norm. Maybe there's like
Lil Bega had Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, let's go for a drive to the liquor store around the corner.
Boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Fuck, now that song is in my head, you bastard. All right, so maybe there's like a magic number, but I don't know.
I don't know. I know that we're kind of in the dead season for K-pop right now.
Yes,
because this is that time of year where they start dropping a lot of the
sad
sappy stuff,
the sad
stuff,
Christmas
and
songs,
Christmas crap that I hate.
I like Christmas music, but I don't like.
You can jingle bell these nuts in your mouth.
I legitimately love.
Scrooge, though,
I do love Christmas music, but
I like old Christmas music. The new shit, like my wife likes to play it all the time, and even she had to turn it off because these damn channels keep.
Okay,
like,
no, I
they're
can't
playing like Taylor Swift version of classics. It's like I don't want to hear Taylor Swift sing anything right now.
The only thing new that I would say, that, like current, that I like as far as Christmas music goes from like current artists, would be 1, Pentatonics.
Okay, Pentatonics is fire. Pentatonics is amazing.
2,
I discovered Pentatonics for anybody who knew the fuck Pentatonics was. I've seen them live. They're amazing live.
2, Lindsey Sterling.
Lindsey Sterling is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
But
then
these are like a non-atypical YouTube artists, basically.
And then Third Day.
Who?
Third Day. It's more of a Christian group.
Never heard of him.
The dude's got a husky voice, and he's from the South, and he's got like that Southern drawl and like that deep Southern drawl. I like his music because I can sing with it, and I can actually match his tone and shit. It's nice being able to do that, which is why I like old school Christmas music, because the men sing like men.
So, can open, worms everywhere.
I don't give a fuck. They had deeper voices back then.
Yeah, but I don't think
I have a deep
no
voice.
problem with
I cannot hit a high note
I think
like
you're
you
just
can.
salty because you can't hit high notes.
It fucking sucks.
Because I think a dude like Justin Timberlake, I love his voice.
Oh yeah, he's got a wonderful voice. I'm not saying their voices are bad. I'm saying it sucks for me because I don't have a high voice.
You inferred that they're not manly if they're not deep.
I don't think he has a manly voice. I'll stand by that. I don't give a fuck.
You lowered your voice to say that.
Yeah.
You specifically lowered the timbre in your voice to not only to state. Not only to state your point, but also to
Hold
infer
up, my vision's coming back.
that you two have a manly voice.
As I just
care what the fuck they say.
as I just laugh like a bitch.
Romance, desire.
Oh man.
You turned into the movie credit guy. The movie preview guy all of a sudden.
I believe what I did was called
In a land of chaos.
I believe what I just did was called alphaing up.
I don't think I've never really like. I get what you're saying. Like from a classical standpoint,
Yeah.
a deeper voice is considered more manly or whatever.
Masculine, manly,
More
all
manly,
that
but
other bullshit that people
I've never
hate
thought about
nowadays.
I've never thought about a singing voice.
But when
Like dudes that can sing in falsetto or whatever. I've never thought about like definitely you have a more masculine voice than I do because you have a naturally more baritone voice than I do. I'm sort of like in the weird middle,
yeah.
and I have like a little bit of timbre in my voice, but you have a more like deeper baritone.
Yeah.
But yeah. But,
There's nothing wrong with it.
I've never really I definitely say I don't have as manly of a voice as you. But I've never really thought about it from like a singing perspective.
And
Because to me, it's just like you sing how you sing.
I think you would run into this if you did have a deeper voice because you like to sing along with songs. I like to sing along with songs. It is fucking brutal to try and sing along with songs.
I was thinking Step Brothers when he's like, "My name's Jim and I can sing high."
Yeah, dude, like I can't do that shit. It kills me.
Eyes of the bluest skies and a sweet whatever it's the song. You know,
Yeah, I know.
It's the scene in the car, right, where he's singing with his family and he yells at him. He's like, $4,000 in lessons for nothing.
I wasn't quoting anything or referencing to it, but I mean, if you want to go there, go for it. No, but like, so for country music, and this is like totally off topic.
Different types of music sound better with different types of voices, I would say, majority of the time.
Country music, my favorite artist is Trace Adkins.
Okay.
He has got, aside from Josh Turner, an extremely deep voice.
I forgot about Josh Turner.
Like their voices I can't even contend with trying to sing with because they're so deep. However, I wake up first thing in the morning, I'm right on pitch, baby. I can totally match with them. Throughout the day, not so much because I talk and I get my happy white voice. And hey, how are you doing, everybody? Yes, let's go back there. I won't scare you. I'm
Additional
not intimidating.
generic white guy things.
Pretty much.
Middle class fancy. Gonna have a crispy boy, you little stinker.
Would you like to go get a latte?
Oh yeah, dude. Everybody laughs. Everybody be laughing like George McFly in The Office.
By God, Jim, whew, that was a doozy.
Nance, have you seen my Crocs?
Oh shit. Anyway, so K-pop related stuff though.
Oh, you had something else?
So I love like Top's voice because he's got a deep voice.
Yeah.
I can sing with his shit. Like when he goes Hansui, even though you mentioned what that was, now that I know. I love being able to say that with him. I can't do that with most songs. Like Wildflower, my favorite song of K-pop, singing along with it. For the life of me, I cannot match
Music video coming soon.
I cannot match that man's tone. I cannot do it. Like, one, he's got a raspy, husky, soulful voice that is just unique to him. But he sings just like a key higher than me. I can't do it. It's really hard.
I can't.
And when
sing
he
for
hits
shit
that high-ass
anyway.
note, like, towards the end of the song, bruh, it kills me. kills me.
I can't sing for shit anyway. But when I do sing, I don't know why.
I think you sing decently.
But I always gravitate towards higher notes. I will literally try to match the song instead of harmonize. And
I know.
I have no natural singing ability. So, like...
It's weird. When you hit your falsetto, your voice, you got like a natural vibrato to it.
Do I? Have never...
You do.
I don't know. I just always
it shakes when you get up there.
But, yeah, album coming out soon, guys. Dropping... Legit, though. There's probably one coming to this mini album. It's going to be fun.
It's called the Stinky Deuces. Just
the
full
flaming
of,
beards.
Just full of stank.
Roll over and put some stank on it.
Extra hot sauce.
Hell yeah. That hot Cheeto good gravy goodness. Shout out, Reggie.
Oh, I miss
all
that
the
dude.
wonderful, wonderful fucktoids.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway. Thank you for joining us today on this podcast, everybody.
I
We
think it was
appreciate your
pretty
time.
random.
If you made it this far, we're going to do it again because people actually did it. If you get to the end of this video,
wait.
in the comments.
Wait. Let me give, because I wanted to do this.
Okay.
I want, and if you can know what song it's from, Boom Shakalaka.
Yep.
Give us a Boom Shakalaka.
Put it in the comments if you made it this far. Hell yeah. And also, don't forget to, maybe go over to Patreon. Drop some cash. You get to make us do shit if you're in the right tier. You get access to fucking shit ton of videos at this point. There's a ton of videos on
I would say the
history
Patreon is
content.
full of a lot more like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, that's
more random stuff too that we don't ever put on YouTube.
Yep.
Just kind of like,
and a lot more raw reactions and stuff. So
yeah, maybe a little too raw.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mulligan. If you're a Patreon, you know what this means. If you're not, join Patreon and find out.
Yep. But we will. We're gonna see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us on the K-pop Afterbirth. And as always, keep on popping, K-poppers. Remember, it's not a trend.
It's a lifestyle.
Bastard.
I even leaned into the mic.
So,
got all extra deep.
Cosmic Girls.
Fuck yeah!
Agreed.
What?
Wow, we just PewDiePie Conan O'Brien it, bro.
Here, we'll just sprinkle it.
What the fuck is happening right now? I need to go wash this shit.
I just tickled your fingers.
Bro, what the fuck? No. Cut the fucking camera.
Take my strong hand, child. Take my strong hand.